Hola. Hoy vamos a seguir. We're going to keep going. Last video kind of cut abruptly when we were on page 13 with La Isla Bonita. We were making our way through page 14, página 14, talking about los artículos determinados, specific, determinate articles, and indeterminados, más generales, more general. So the difference between the book, le livre, and un libro, a book, un livre, general. We were talking about gender, and then we were looking at agreement. So the fact that nouns, people, places, things, they know, sustantivos, they carry gender in Spanish, then the articles and the adjectives have to agree. And often, if a noun, I think we finished off with a noun like estudiante, and when they end in E, they always agree, but really, that's more for adjectives, because adjectives are the ones that often will change to agree. The noun is assigned a gender. So, estudiante, how do you know if it's a male or female student? Étudiant. Comment est-ce qu'on va savoir si c'est un féminin ou masculin? L'article, el artículo, the article. El estudiante, la estudiante. And that's the way it works in Spanish. En español, el lenguaje tiene género. Y son oposiciones binarias. It's binary opposition right now. That's the way Spanish grammar works, and that's the way it was established since the first dictionary in 1492 by Antonio de Nebrija, which was a book that had all the linguistic observations, language, and grammar rules at that time. So it's been a while now. Okay, I digress. La profesora habla mucho. Vamos a seguir entonces con la página 14, and I wanted us to look at two things. First, on page 14, página 14, vamos a ver la idea de contracciones, contractions. And these are the only contractions I hope you're having in Spanish class, okay? Yeah, I know, bad jokes, right? Entonces, when I'm talking about contractions, you'll see that I left a little spot for you guys to take notes. Now, the actual rule is written already right there. Contractions in Spanish is a combination of a preposition, una preposición, como de o a, combined with solamente el masculino singular. So you can have de el or a el, and it will always become del al. So these combinations, again, only with masculino singular, masculine singular. That means that de la, de las, de los, a la clase, a los bares, a las clases. So really, you're combining these prepositions with an article, and you get what we call una contracción. In Spanish, because some of you francophones, mes amis les francophones, vous voulez faire L apostrophe, puis D apostrophe. No, en español, eso no se puede. It's Spanish. It's like a whole other language. All right, so refrain from that. That does not exist en español. No existe. Entonces, again, the only contraction you're going to be having in Spanish class, this one. Okay, so what do they mean? All right, well, a, we'll see that the preposition a is a movement towards something. So if you think of Dora, vamos, let's go. Vamos a la clase, vamos a la biblioteca. They don't change. So when do you have your contraction? Masculino. So with masculine singular places, for example, el bar. Vamos al bar. Banco. Vamos al banco. All right, so movement towards. That leaves us with de. Now, we saw de on page 5. 5, right? Soy de España. I come from. So de gives you the idea of maybe a past or movement from somewhere to somewhere else. De, but de also denotes possession, okay? Es el libro de la profesora. Now, de la profesora, de las profesoras, de los profesores. Again, only with masculine singular. So, es el libro del chico, el lápiz del chico, la manzana del profesor, del, okay? So, a, de, al, del. That's it. So, the next lesson, sorry about that, I'm still working out the kinks here. The next lesson, because I'm trying to keep them a bit shorter, the next one will be page 16, where although I mentioned it with nouns like estudiante, because then we practicar, repetir, repetir. Página 16. Here we go. So on this page, all I want to do in the next video is explain this chart pretty quickly, okay? So, see you in the next video. I promise to try to keep it short, and we'll talk about concordancia, agreement. So let's agree and get along. Adios.